Hi guys, it's Carrie the Paper Monkey. We're going to try something a little different today. I know I'm getting all out of my comfort zone here. I thought what we would do is I thought we would do some fabric clusters. And this video may be a cluster, who knows? No, I wanted to show y'all just a couple. Now, I'm going to have to start and stop this video a couple times because I didn't move Samuel L. Jackson over here because I don't want to do the sewing while we do this. But I get a lot of questions and comments about my clusters, whether it's paper or fabric. And the only thing, and people are so complimentary, and I appreciate that so much. The only thing I can tell y'all about the clusters and how I put them together is it's easy for me because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I don't really think about it. And I think I hear other creators talk about doing clusters and not overthinking them. And truly, guys, I don't. I rarely will sit here and debate over a cluster. Again, whether it's fabric or paper. I just do it. I'll tell you, one of the things that I will do, especially with fabric, now not so much with paper, because paper to me, I just throw that together. Fabric, I'll kind of pull some things together. Like for example, I have a little basket right here, and I threw some things together real quick. Like I had all of this just pulled together because I was going through fabric the other day and I said, you know what? I love this one. And I know I have a little ditzy that'll go with it. And I thought, well, this yellow, because it was right next to it, well, this will go with it. And so I just kind of put them together and I throw them in a basket, or I'll throw them in a bag even. If I find some combinations that I love, I'll throw them in a bag together. And then whenever I get ready to sit down and do fabric clusters, that's what I do. Well, I am working, or I know I will be working very soon on 3 Disney Princess journals. Now, if you haven't seen that, I don't know when this video will go up. It'll probably go up after the poll is complete. But I put a poll out on my community tab for 3 different Disney Princess journals. And what I asked was this question. I had 2 different book covers for Cinderella. I had 2 for Sleeping Beauty, and I had 2 for Snow White. And I asked, and they were separate polls, 3 separate polls. I said, which one of these 2 Snow White journals covers do you like? And so I left that up. I'm leaving that up for a week. Okay. And then I did the same thing with the Sleeping Beauty. I had 2 covers for that. And then I did another poll for Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella. So we're waiting. Friday, I think it's going to be March 7th, maybe, is going to be the end of the poll. And I will come back and let everybody know kind of how that plays out. I really wanted people to participate and let me know what they liked. It was the first time, this is the first time I'm going to do a themed series like this where it's specific. And I wanted to do the Disney princesses, the vintage, I'll say vintage, they've remade Cinderella and all those. But I also want to kind of stretch outside of my creative comfort zone, because what I'm noticing that I'm creating a formulaic pattern whenever I create journals. Like they have the same kind of pockets and the same kind of belly bands and and I'm like, okay, I want to see if I can create outside of that. And I'm only 2 years into this, and I love what I do. I really do. I'm not bragging about what I produce. I'm just saying I love the process of it. But I want a different look. I want to be able to expand my look. And, and that's why I watch my other crafty friends and all these creators on YouTube and get ideas from them, because I want to be different. maybe not every time, but I do want to create differently. Anyway, so with that being said, all of that being said, I wanted to create some clusters, fabric clusters for Snow White. I want to create clusters for all of them, but today we're going to create for Snow White because I found this apple. I didn't find it. Let me back up. I actually got this recently in Happy Mail. It is a flannel fabric, and there's enough of it to do, if I play my cards right, there's enough of it to do several clusters. And I absolutely love this. This did come in a Happy Mail recently, and I'm so appreciative of it. I wanted to create some fabric clusters because, well, for a few different reasons, but for Snow White, I wanted to create, I got this flannel piece of fabric recently from Crafty Cat Junction, my friend Stacy. Thank you, ma'am. It feels lovely. It's perfect for this journal. And I just thought we would sit and chat for a minute and try. And so I could just show you, I really don't think about this. I try to, have a couple of scissors on hand. I usually have my, I always call these crimping. What are these called? I don't even see. This is how little I know about this stuff, y'all. This is how little I literally know about this stuff. Anyway, have these. I have a pair of good scissors usually, and then I have my fabric. Typically, like I said, I usually have my fabric picked out already. So I'm just going to cut a couple of different sizes. It doesn't. No rhyme or reason. I'll do square and rectangle. Primarily, yeah, for the most part, I'll do. So that's I don't know, 4 or 5, and then I'll look at this pattern. This may take a couple minutes, but I'll look at this pattern. I love this red right here, all of this. So just rip it, right? This is really how. I don't know, this is just how I've always prepared. I've never really, and the funny part is for me that they all kind of come out about the same size unless I purposefully think about it. They really all, look how that's pretty, that red, isn't that pretty? Let's do this, and then I'm gonna, that red is so pretty, but I'm gonna do something a little different here and get that, a little bit of that gingham in there. Yeah, that's it. I'm being dead serious too, y'all. Wait, you're gonna think, oh my God, how does she even function? Do that, and do that. See, 2 different sizes. I don't pay attention to it. We'll put these off to this. Well, let's get one more of these. Oh, those, look how pretty those little flowers are. I need one of those too. And even like when I'm creating, sometimes I will cut them down even more, or I'll go and cut a bigger size. Sometimes. I sure will. Okay, I love how this fabric feels. I wish I could remember where I got this fabric from. I do think it was a Walmart fabric. Golly, I really think this was from Walmart, and I want more of it. I have to remember to put that on my list to kind of go look at and see. But like I don't know if y'all were here for this or not, but I recently got a Walmart membership so that they deliver now to my house. So I'm rarely in the store, but I guess I could look for it online. It's just harder to look for things like this online because, if you type in fabric, then there's so many options. I guess I could type in, what pattern would this be? It may be under gingham, but it's not a gingham, right? Would this be a buffalo check? Or big plaid, maybe? Maybe I just type in plaid. I could do that. Get the strings off. Now, I'll pull at the strings, but if they have little ones like that, I usually just leave them on. I do. I don't put a lot of buttons on my fabric clusters, and that is something that I am thinking about changing. It's just going to take more time, but what I thought I might do is, like, whenever I'm doing a session, just make up a whole bunch of clusters and then just take them inside, and whenever I'm sitting with my honey watching TV, I'll just just sew a few buttons on, because I have so many. See how I don't even cut that straight? I know I don't. This polka dot, I know that typically, I'll tell you, most of my polka dot prints, most of them have come from Walmart in a fat quarter. I just sat down one day and just selected a whole bunch of their polka dot colors, just so that I would have them on hand, because I know I use them quite often in my fabric clusters. I really do. I use them quite a bit. Any kind of busy print like this, I guess if you want to call it a formula, that would be the formula. I have a busy print. I usually like to have a solid. I like to kind of mix it up with a plaid. Sometimes a paisley, because I love paisley. Now, me and my friend Hazel Anaka, we do have that in common. We love paisley. Paisley is king, if you ask me. Now, I also got this, and this little netting right here is sometimes really good to use in the background. And now I also got some gauze from my friend Stacy, but it's vintage, and I just want to look at the packaging for a while before I even open that up. But I could use that here. It would be pretty. Let me just leave that to the side for a minute. Okay. So what I thought we would do, since I don't have Samuel L. Jackson next to me, is I'm just going to pin them together whenever I put them together, so I can show you. Just like I said, this is really just showing you the process of it, not anything else. I just want to show you kind of how I do it. Okay, see how I want this? I do want a piece of this. Okay, maybe. Oh, yeah. So I might come out a little bit with that. No. Let's try this. It's going to hide it too much. So why don't we do this? Let's see what this will look like. I mean, it's just fabric, people. It's not. So we've got that one, and then, I could do that. And then, would this make sense? Or does it even have to make sense? Really and truly, does it have to make sense? It does not. It just has to look interesting. And I like it. Bring it up closer. And then what I would do is I would probably do a zigzag stitch on this in stark white. Now, sometimes what I also do is rickrack. Let me pull some. Hashtag leave no rickrack behind. My friend Sierra at Cooley Craft Corner came up with that, and we love rickrack. So anytime we see rickrack, we do not leave it behind. Believe it or not, I get this Simplicity rickrack from Walmart. Again, I'll leave I'll leave this. This is going to be an affiliate link, so full disclosure on that. But I'll leave you the link on that. Whenever I bought it, and I bought a bunch of them, bought them a long time ago. Golly, y'all, I want to say this was 3 yards. Does it say? Yeah, 3 yards. It's a 1/4 inch. Can you see that? It's going to 1/4 inch, 3 yards. It is a polyester, 100% polyester, but it's not shiny, okay? It's not shiny at all. It's really, it's a good width if you ask me. I think these were like $1.37, but I don't know how much they are today. I'll leave you the link. This one came from Joann's, and this particular color, I went in, now this has been, again, a long time. I haven't been into Joann's in a long time. Long time ago, this particular color, I forget what it's called, but I never could find this particular blue, like this cobalt blue color, anywhere other than Joann's. So I went into Joann's one day and picked up like 5 packs. This is a Walmart. I just can tell by the width of it. And this was given to me in Happy Mail. And the reason I know that is because I typically will not buy Rick Rack this small because it's kind of fiddly when you try and sew it, but I can glue it on. So sometimes that's what I will do. I will glue it on. So what I would do in this case, let's see, with the, probably not that. I would probably do this. So we would do this. And I will, at the end of this video, I will put in some photos of the finished clusters so you can see them. I will go over to Samuel L. Jackson and just, sew away. And you can see, and sometimes I'll use different stitches. I'll use different stitches. Well, where's my darn, hold on a minute. This is the fabric this was the inspiration. I haven't even cut it up, oh my goodness, look at me. See, I don't know what not to do when you're doing a how-to tutorial. Oh my goodness. And I have nothing to blame that on, no. Absolutely nothing. Let's see. I'm going to go, let's try this wide first. And we'll see if we can get this to work. Okay. Let's go back to this one. We'll take it apart for a minute. Oh, so cute. So cute. Okay. Let's try that. And it kind of hides that yellow. See, I want that really bright yellow block to pop. There we go. It'll work. We'll get it to work. Yeah, those are pretty thick too. I don't like count how many fabrics I have. I don't know. Sometimes I do 3, sometimes I do 5. I just don't count them. I just put the fabrics together, and if they look good, 3's enough. You know what I mean? Like or 4 or whatever, or 2. Sometimes I've done 2 before. I have done 2 before. So there's that. Okay, let's look at how we gonna do. I just love this one. All these primary colors are so cute. Okay, we'll try that. And I'm watching you over here on my little laptop screen, so it's kind of it's lagging a little bit, so it's throwing me off too. Not that that's an excuse for how well I video anything, because it's not. It's really not. Okay. So let's do a little bit bigger. Okay. I like that. And then, that's a bunch, huh? That's so cute, though. I like that. Now, oh yeah, because I don't, oh yeah, that's pretty, I think. Okay. So, like, for example, this one, I mean, I can get a stitch in it. I can get a straight stitch in this. I made the mistake early on when I used, because I have several colors of this little tiny rickrack, and it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I love to use it. I do. It just gets a little fiddly on clusters, on page edges, and on tags and things where you're gluing. It's really easier to deal with. I can sew this, but it would just be a single stitch. If you put, now this is just an FYI, and it's really a preference thing, but I have noticed that when I use a decorative stitch, a zigzag or the floral stitch, any kind of decorative stitch, it takes away from the rickrack because it covers it up basically. So that's why if I do sew this small width rickrack onto a cluster, I just use a straight stitch. Okay, let's go to the next one. We'll do a couple of more together. This is a very wide one, huh? Let's see what we can do here. And sometimes I do. I sure will. How about, let's look at something real quick. Let's pull off. And to me, I love to sit here and, make them smaller, make them big. The whole process of this is, it's very therapeutic to me. I love doing it. I really do. So we can just design as we go, I guess is what I'm saying. It doesn't bother me at all to sit here and do this. Some people like to just kind of lay them out and do them, or like sew them all like in a line. I sew them individually. I like to take my time with it. I know, isn't that weird? Usually I am not that patient with a lot of things in my life, I'll tell you that. But I don't think that this takes a lot of time. See how this is just frayed and crazy, and then I've got my, I want to call them crimping shears. They're not crimps. It'll come to me tonight at 10 o'clock when I'm sleeping. That's when it's going to come to me. So I will probably, well, let's see. Oh, yeah. We'll do that on the diagonal. And then how should we do this? How about we do, okay, I want to do, let's see what this looks like. So that's going to take away from that. And that'll take away from that. Okay, that's okay. We'll figure it out. Again, I'll put it on the diagonal. We'll do it like that, and we'll have a bigger cluster. It'll be longer, so you could put it on, a page edge. There's a number of things you can do with this. Now, I don't think the red is going to drown it out. The blue, maybe? Let's look at the yellow. Okay, we'll do a yellow right here. I know that that's covering that up, but what I like about this is the fray on the edges of that. See how that fabric frays beautifully? So that's good. We'll do... Yeah, and typically, again, I won't pin these. So I'll do this usually when I'm sitting over by Samuel L. Jackson. When I put this together, then I just throw this through Samuel L. Jackson. That's my sewing machine. Throw it through the sewing machine, and then I'm done, right? I'm just, for the purposes of this, what we'll call an education is, yeah, that's why I'm doing it like that. So let me pull this off, a little bit of this off. And these are going to be fabulous little scraps too, really and truly. Okay, got that. We got this. Oh yeah, that's cute. Cute, cute, cute. Let's take this off, and I probably will need to cut that down a little bit. Cut this down a little bit. Oh, thank you so much for this fabric, Stacy. It is really cute. Did you know that we're gonna necessarily use it? Yeah, that'll be cute. What I may do here, let's do something real quick. Yeah. Then like that. I feel like I want some of this blue. It's so pretty, but it is so wide. What if I do it like this? Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna do it just like that. Fun primary colors. But if you remember in Snow White in particular, she has the red and the blue as primary colors. Okay, let's look at a little tiny one. And then I will, I'll go to the sewing machine and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I want to take that netting and do that. Okay, I can trim some of this off. Okay, we got that. Let's do, oh yeah, like that. I'm not missing this, not missing it, but if I put it, it'll give it another layer. There we go. And then I'm going to use this tiny, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do on that one. There you go. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th one. Usually I'll make them, if I make them to sell, I'll make them in batches of 5. Yeah, that's usually how I package them. I have, oh my God, I will sit here for hours some days and just do them because it's just creatively, it feels good, you know? Okay, I'll be right back and show you the sewn completed project. So I wanted to show you, I did go ahead and put just a straight stitch in this little yellow rickrack. And here is one of the decorative stitches. I was surprised. This is the first time I've done that. So I was kind of pleased with it, actually. It kind of surprised me, but now this is a wider rickrack. You have to, I mean, I guess you got to consider that when you're doing those kind of decorative stitches, because I wouldn't be able to do it on, like this one, it probably wouldn't have worked out. Right, so consider that if you want to use the decorative stitch. I did this as another, it's not a zigzag, but it kind of looks like a zigzag. Didn't turn out so hot, but it's fine. It's fine. I did the little wavy kind of stitch on that one. Yeah. So that is basically my process. It's not rocket science, but I sure do have fun doing it. And that's really what the important part is. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I mean, I will answer what I know, which is really not much. I know enough about this stuff to make me dangerous. All I can tell you is I really do have fun doing it. I try not to overthink it. I put my fabrics, kind of make my fabric selections in the beginning, and then I just sit and cut pieces, and then I just throw the pieces together. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks again, guys. I do hope that whatever it is you get to do today or in the next few days, it is at least as much fun as I have making fabric clusters. Thanks, and we'll chat soon. Bye.